Well, hello guys, and welcome back to Lokean Gaming. I am going to take you in here as promised, because I'm eventually going to give up and go in and play the final level. So I might as well get you in here while the getting is good. The temptation to play the final level is too great. I always mean to keep this as a meditation app, guys. I never do. But welcome back to Lokean Gaming. An experience today. And it made me realize that, Odin really loves me, but he has stranger ways of showing it than Loki does. And needless to say, I'm not sure of what's happened over the last month or so, how much of it has been Odin playing tricks, and how much of it has been anything else. I think all my gods are Odin. I think it's actually a distinct possibility. But isn't this beautiful? And I've been getting a very strong attraction to water, and you could say he has watery connections, even though, you know, with Odin as well, with most of our gods, you're going to find like a vague one or two references, and that's it. It's not like we have entire books written on Odin's sea or water connection. So, let's start.
When she was but a little girl, she climbed her father's shoulders high to see the merchant ships sail in and watch their flags wave in the sky.
So, you were treated to poetry, which he finds amusing to no end. And we had this interesting discussion, which, if you've had a discussion with Odin when he's not happy, involves a really loud volume. And basically it was that I would trust God, you know, this unknowable, unreachable deity, but I wouldn't trust Odin. So this was kind of Odin giving me what I wanted. I don't know. I'm perpetually confused because both of my gods, Odin and Loki, like to trick you. Even when they're getting all of your attention, they'll decide they don't have enough and they'll still trick you. I have no idea why.
She grew up strong and filled with love for every creature, big and small, for all the trees and flowers too, through summer, winter, spring and fall.
But basically, Odin was claiming that this, presence I experienced when I experienced God, and I'm making air quotes you can't see, was Odin. And I'm like, okay? So you have this really peaceful, loving, mystical side to you. And, you know, Odin's knocking, but I'm not answering the door. I'm like, so? And he's looking at me. And I was like, well, what does that mean? And he's looking at me. And basically what it means is that if it had been Odin all this time, and remember, he had told me he was God, and I was like, yeah, sure you are, Odin. It means he always has been the one to comfort me and take care of me. And then I was incredibly depressed, because if Odin is God, and God's not this unknowable God, because I can't leave stuff alone, guys. I had to go do my research, right? And basically the God of the Bible, there's strong evidence that, you know, came down from Canaanite God, either El or Yahweh, or Baal. Some would say absorbed some of those characteristics, which is why they weren't fond of any of those gods. And I was like, well, it's not any of these gods. I can tell. I can tell it's not any of these gods. I'm not feeling an attraction. I'm not feeling like we've ever truly worked together. And then Odin made his claim. And he says, the problem is with you just don't trust me. And he said, if you trusted me, I wouldn't have to trick you like this to prove a point. So this great mystical experience I had with God was a great mystical experience with Odin, if that's any comfort to any of us. And it's good to know, but then, you know, I'm still going to be smart. I'm still going to get the house checked out Monday or Tuesday if that guy does come, though I did get the strongest sense that if he doesn't come, I don't have to pursue it. And Odin is a storm deity, I forgot that, and this did happen during a storm, and strangely, what I told them on Patreon, I didn't tell you guys, my Odin shirt hooked into my Hermes statue as I was running around doing stuff, and the Hermes statue crashed to the floor and broke. Now, I'm not saying that was Odin being spiteful or anything, but I almost saw it coming, and I was more worried about the Odin shirt than I was about the Hermes statue, so I guess it says a lot about where my priorities lie. And, he had been doing weird stuff lately, like shaking himself, like he'd been in water. Like a wolf will shake themselves after they swim. I really wasn't paying attention to it, because Odin and Loki do have random habits that I usually ignore, which they know. So he was telling me. And yet not telling me, because Odin. And he's like, you just have a faith problem. You don't have any faith in me at all. It's why you keep going around in circles, and why you keep going back to the same thing and thinking you're going to find some kind of solution by watching all this crazy stuff. Because he had enough of the animal miracle videos, guys. He's had quite enough of any other god being in his patch. It's not that our gods won't let you worship other gods, but Odin's like, no, Odin god. So the wolf did the wolf thing of, no, I'm your god.
Her village prospered from the trade of coconuts and other fruit, but one day she unveiled a truth that gave way to a great dispute.
None of these stories end happily, just in case you guys haven't seen any of the videos where I talked about them. Did I go up here? Nope. Hmm. So, in a way that's comforting, because it means Odin does have a kind, nurturing side, and I'm not insane. And technically he's right. God loves me, just has a name. And it explains why when today Hand of Goddess, the Holy Spirit showed up, he was a tall, cranky SOB that dressed all in black. And I'm like, okay. Yep. Odin was doing Odin stuff. Can I get up here? Nope. I don't think so? No. Okay. Is there another way out? Ooh, there is. Oh, but that's off the ground too. Can I get up? Let me out! Let me ups. No? Okay. I'm exploring more than usual with you guys here, so if I seem like I don't know my way around, I kinda don't. And Loki, for his part, just looked at me and he goes, well, he warned you. Okay, we were there. I think. Isn't this beautiful though, guys? Isn't it gorgeous?
Foreigners would come and go, providing silver and support, but secretly what they would do was hunt the wildlife for sport.
And I said to Loki, I said, well, what does all this mean? You know? It really doesn't change anything. Because I was going nuts today, guys. I was like checking out Canaanite deities, and I'm like, this doesn't sound right, but I'm gonna check it out just in case. And were we up here? I don't think so. And it was just Odin being Odin. But look at that view. Isn't that beautiful? And so he tricked me, and you know how I figured out he tricked me? I was searching for stuff. I don't even know what I was searching for, but oh yeah, Odin in an association with eagles, because I forgot about the story where it turns into an eagle, media inspiration stuff and such not. And long story short, Odin tricked me because I came across this little Odin figure that had been unearthed. And it made this reference to Jesus' figure had been found in one area in Norway, and then Odin had been found in another. And Jesus was found apparently around Easter, and Odin was found like a couple months later. And I'm like, first I made sure it wasn't some kind of troll thing and it wasn't like a forgery, but no. My gods love me. My gods love me so much. So, Odin pulled a trick on me. And I guess he did it to prove that I can love and trust him. He says, your problem is, you don't think I'm strong enough to protect you, and you don't think because you didn't go to church and hear about me being the god of everything, that I'm that strong. And then he's roaring in that THX voice he has that was him, and he is God. And pay attention.
She thought herself just so naive to think all people thought like her, and in her way she fought the trade of killing for just claws and fur.
These would be great to explore if it weren't for the downer stories. You obviously don't have to play them, and I wouldn't if I didn't have you guys in here, but if I get to hear the sad, unhappy stories, well, you know. And Loki's just been smirking. So the temples are already redesigned. I tore down everything. That's so life-affirming. This whole game's life-affirming.
Her actions came with hidden costs. With village leaders led by greed, dark business they relied upon deafened them to hear her plead.
Are these stories cheerful? It's the most beautiful scenery in the world, as long as you don't mind the tragic stories. Oh, dear gods. But, yeah. And Loki's just been chortling about it. He found it hilarious. He's like, he tricked you and he tricked again. He tricked again. And he wanted me to learn I could trust him and that he can provide for me just as well as any other deity. Isn't that neat, though, that we leave footprints in the sand? Well, I'm starting off at a nice trot. Wow, I'm running. How am I running?
She took matters into her hands and freed the animals from traps. A panther cub licked her in thanks, with healing leg all tied in wraps.
Okay, you don't run in this game, so that triggers I've noticed on this level, but you do not normally run in this game. Okay, now if I let go of the trigger, we're going to slow back down to a mosey. 3, 2, 1. There we go. I don't know what that is. It always triggers on this level. But it is pretty. It has all the flowers and everything. If you put higher details on the flowers and that, the foliage and that flesh out, but I think it looks fine the way it is.
She lived outside the village lines and snuck around at morning's light, but clever men then trapped her too. Their greedy eyes were her last sight.
Isn't that a wonderful, life-affirming story? It's like It's a Miracle, but the total opposite, where you die tragically. It's the Odin version. I heard Loki Becker. It's the Odin version. And of course I yelled at Odin, because I'm foolhardy. And I said, you're telling me God, this loving, warm, wonderful, mystical, multicolored presence that I sensed, like all this light and images and everything. I said, you're telling me God is Odin? You can imagine how well my dismay went over. And he's like, yeah. He goes, yeah, but you'll trust God, but you won't trust the cranky old man to take care of you. You think I'm just going to sit there and watch you die. Or, you know, watch tragedy strike or whatever else. And you get free toys. be toys in this game. That should go up there. It'll reset itself. Eventually. It's not my problem. I didn't break it. It was like that when I got here. But this is the backstage area where you do all the playing. And so, you know, Loki just smiled. Loki thought it was hilarious. Well, let me make sure there wasn't anything else. I want to take you to the, pirate ship. But I forget where I left the pirate ship, because I don't have a good memory in this game. Okay. Yeah, try not to fall off of here into the river. See the pretty river? Try not to fall into that. I've done that. I get really confused back here. Okay, so this is Sahara, I think? I like how that looks like the One Piece Pirates logo. If you go to the last level, the desert level, there's a misquote of Team Rocket's rallying cry. It's very inspirational, but isn't this cool? Let's explore. I really haven't, so let's take her
She
down.
grew up on a pirate ship, taken when she was just 14. Her duties were to smile and dance, swab and polish, cook and clean.
Look, you don't help. I'm hearing you are a pirate, huh? Hey, I love lightning storms too, but that's sudden on this level. Isn't this beautiful though? And lightning certainly is pretty, and we do have beautiful pirate ships. This is a gorgeous game, guys. If you can pick it up for yourself, if you like these kind of games to ramble around in, it's really worth it. I mean, look at all these details. Like the X marks the spot thing here. I don't think there's any treasure under there. Nope.
One day she caught the captain's eye. She smiled at him, and he smiled back. 6 months later they were wed, though his heart was cold and mad.
That sounds wonderful. Marriage. Yeah. This is one of the most gorgeous levels, though. It's really atmospheric. In a way, it feels like the most mature level. Does that make any sense? Bad puns. Bad puns all through the game. Brace yourself. But they do update this game from time to time. I've noticed they've updated some of the effects. I didn't know that, and they added that new level I told you about. And it is beautiful. I do like stormy levels, and they're kind of hard to find in meditation apps. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks, the storm associations. I know I told you, but sometimes I have the gift of passing on a message and not hearing it myself. So yeah, but these views are gorgeous. Look, he's like back there like, it looks like Left 4 Dead. How would you know? You're not allowed to play that game. Isn't this pretty? Again, guys, I really apologize you're seeing just that center strip, because what makes it so pretty is these views are pretty darn panoramic.
She turned the pirates one by one to venerate her every wish, and within weeks the captain died from poison slipped into his dish.
Well, he lived a good long life. I'm sure. I haven't explored this far yet. How far can I go? Ooh, there's a hidden goodie out here that I didn't see. You guys are my good luck charm. Look at the beautiful blue on the sea, though. Kind of ghost party. It's really pretty. So see, you are meant to explore and ramble in this game. What did the old pirate say on his birthday? Fine, maybe. The jokes in this game are so unbelievably bad. The world's largest collection of dad jokes for free. Ooh! But isn't this beautiful? Look at this. This almost looks like a film set. It's so pretty. And I guess, you know, it's in the nature of... Woo, that's impressive. That's why I said this is like the most visually impressive level to me. Because it's actually hard to do this, something dark and impressive, and not have it look too dark or have it look hokey.
From the discord she proclaimed that she would be their pirate queen, commanding them with love and strength, of which they had not before seen.
You see how well that works out for her. I think you all know how well it will
For
work
many
out.
years she ruled alone, plundering shores of nearby lands. Then one day they captured a man, his hair made up of golden strands.
So, if there's any life lesson in here for women, is clearly do not become a pirate queen and then marry a blonde man. Just so you know. One or the other.
She ordered them to spare his life. An odd request they did obey, and over time she fell in love, little by little, day by day.
I swear the person that wrote this game just loves bad endings. That's like her one sacred joy in life. And I love the sea too, but I really haven't found, everything in your life doesn't connect back to your gods, but I have found sea connections for Odin, but like I said, we've lost so much of the lore. There could have been a ton more, and I just don't know them yet. And it doesn't feel like Njord coming through either. But you usually can't keep me out of water. It's weird. Loki's back there making comments about the sea witch.
She wed the man with golden hair, his smile sparkled in her eye, until one meal she fell quite ill, and watched that smile as she died.
See all the happy endings in this game? Basically, this game teaches you things like trust other people. It'll always work out well for you. It is visually beautiful. I'm not sure why every ending is quite so tragic, but it is visually beautiful. And you notice details like the sails moving and things like that. So if you really pumped up the graphics on this level, it would be something else. But as I'm recording, I wanted to keep them down where I normally have them. Which again, I think is good enough. I'm getting to the age where I realize super graphics aren't everything. Look at all this crazy detail. And there's really no reason for them to add all this. But it just adds the overall feel again. Loki's back there. You are a pirate! Can I jump up on that? Aha! Made it! I hit a chair back here. I didn't make it last time. Can we jump on the bed? Can we? Can we? Huh? Yeah, I'm jumping on the bed. Okay, I'll stop that. I know him too. I'm not the mature host, but I love all these details like this. Whee! That's what you tune in for, my basic grasp and maturity. Ooh, let's go up first. We do need this. We'll need this to exit the level. But isn't she a flying ship? Like he's like, here she goes with all the pirate stuff. Again, another life-affirming listen. I don't know what kind of childhood this person had that made the game, but it had to be worse than mine. Jeez, man, smile more off. Whew. But this is... I love this. I'm in love with this game. That's why I don't want to go on, because then you have to... Not that I don't like to replay it, but... If I go on, then I don't have it for... a meditation now. But such is life. This is gorgeous. Ooh, my eyes! Okay, and in we go. So there you are, guys. There's all these little short stories back here. Wow, the sun is bright. This is a really beautiful game, which is why I really don't want to complete it, because as weird as that sounds, then you're back to square one. I'm trying to fight the temptation of that locked chest and losing. But it's nice to just be able to come back here and watch the river or something like that. Or these waterfalls. So I have some decisions to make. And you can always restart it. You can, but I like having it open and completed, and I can go and play everything. So I'm gonna be out in the main area of this recording. I don't know. I tried this a couple times. I wasn't doing it quite like I liked. But, that's the beach level. The island paradise that I showed you guys many years ago. That's the jungle level. That's beautiful. That's where you play the shaman. That's my wolf totem. That is outside. Getting the grand tour. That is a level in Japan. I'm almost fairly certain it's Japan. And that is the desert level, which is a lot of platforming, so it's not too many stretches of wide open desert. And that is the box that is tempting me. And that is your friend that helps you gather up all the pieces of your soul. So, we hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm really, really tempted to go for that box, but like I said, once you open that box and you go through that, then you don't have always open levels to play with, because I could go into one of these levels now, I believe, and exit. You know what? I'm not going to bring you back into this game. Let's test my theory. If this is wrong, I'll be stuck on this level. Well, almost certain that once you complete a level, you can exit at any time. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm stuck on this level, it's okay. It's a jungle level. Here we go. Yeah, I figure I might as well do it now, because I'm not gonna probably bring you guys back in. It's nothing personal, it's just I don't think you can take too many videos of the same thing. Loki's like, yeah, keep digging deeper, that sounds great. Here we are. And now he's back here singing Welcome to the Jungle. Isn't this gorgeous though? I almost feel like a cool breeze. He's back here, that's the fan! Yeah! And remember, this is out of the box settings, which I think are good enough. I am always tempted to bump them up, but honestly, being able to come in here and look around, you make your own torches. Huh? I might need that. I wonder if everything reset. If everything reset, then I'm in big trouble because I'm stuck on this level. No, everything's done good. So yeah, you have a level like this, where you come in and you can explore the jungle if you like. I'll try to show you one of the mechanics, though we may be here all day to tell you the truth, because I'm really lousy at this. I'll try to show you though. Swing and miss. I'm good at missing. Here we go. Isn't this beautiful though? And this first one. So you can explore the jungle at night as well. Isn't this gorgeous? But I figured I would show it to you guys because I think we'll lose interest in the game pretty soon, because eventually I'll go on to the last level, get stuck and frustrated, and won't play it for another year. That's pretty typical for me. What is here is beautiful. And you can watch the waterfalls, do stuff like that. So, we hope you guys have enjoyed this. This wasn't how I planned to record it, but I thought, you know, I might as well bring you in here now, because if I don't, either we'll lose interest and we'll delete the game, or something will happen and you'll never see it. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.